A few months ago, I received an email from the City of Toronto that immediately caught my attention. The email informed me that my Airbnb had been selected for an inspection as part of the city's compliance review process. After hosting for roughly 10 years, this was the first time I'd ever gone through one. Naturally, I had a lot of questions, like how strict they would be, what documents they would ask for, how long it would take, would they be looking for violations, and most importantly, what should other hosts do to prepare. So in today's video, I'm going to walk you through exactly what happened during my inspection, what the city checked, and how you can prepare if you ever receive the same email. If you find this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. So let's get started. In April of this year, I received an email from the City of Toronto advising that a short-term rental inspection was required to maintain active registration. The email stated that I need to schedule an inspection within 14 calendar days. Now, you only need to book the inspection within that 14-day window. The inspection itself, however, can take place later depending on availability. In my case, I originally scheduled the appointment but later had to cancel and rebook. So my actual inspection ended up taking place in mid-May, and this gave me additional time to prepare and ensure everything was in order. The email also indicated that the registrant should also be present, not a property manager, not a family member, not a co-host, but the actual registered operator needed to attend. So once I received the email, I started collecting anything I thought they would ask for. I honestly expected the process to be much more involved than it turned out to be. The first thing I prepared for was proof of principal residence. I brought my driver's license and a copy of my hydro bill as a backup. The second thing I prepared was my building's emergency exit plan. Thankfully, I was able to receive this from building management. The third item was my house manual. This ended up being one of the more important documents reviewed during the inspection, and I'll explain why shortly. Other than that, I made sure my smoke alarms and carbon monoxide detectors were functioning properly. At this point, I felt prepared, but I was still expecting a fairly detailed inspection. I was wrong. When inspection day arrived, the municipal licensing and standards officer arrived and introduced himself. The first thing he did was verify my identity. He reviewed my driver's license to confirm that the unit was in fact my principal residence, and interestingly, he never asked for the backup hydro bill, and the driver's license was sufficient. Next, he reviewed my emergency exit diagram. This was pretty quick and straightforward. After that, he reviewed the house manual, and this was probably the area where he spent the most time. He wanted to ensure that guests had access to important documentation and instructions. Then he conducted a brief walkthrough of the unit. He looked at the bedroom, the bathroom, and the common areas. And that was pretty much it. The entire inspection lasted somewhere between 2 and 5 minutes. Honestly, I spent more time preparing than the actual inspection took. Based on my experience, here are the main items that were reviewed. Number 1 was a proof of principal residence. For me, that was my driver's license. Number 2, an emergency exit diagram. And number 3, a house manual. Now, the house manual should contain important information for guests, including emergency procedures, a secondary contact person if you cannot be reached, instructions regarding the garbage disposal, and information regarding quiet hours, including noise expectations. One item that surprised me when it really shouldn't have was the emphasis on the emergency information. The officer specifically wanted guests to know that they should contact 911 in the event of an emergency, which I thought was pretty straightforward. And number 4, smoke alarms and carbon monoxide detectors. Even though these were not extensively tested during my inspection, they should absolutely be installed and function properly. Beyond that, there was nothing much else. No lengthy interrogation, no complicated review process, no major surprises. The biggest surprise wasn't something that they checked, it was how simple the process actually was. Leading up to the inspection, I had built it up in my head as something much larger. I expected a deep dive into every aspect of the operation. Instead, the inspection felt more like a compliance verification. The officer simply wanted to confirm that I was operating legitimately and followed the basic requirements. If you're already running your Airbnb responsibly, there's a good chance your experience would be similar. If I could give one piece of advice to another host, it would be this: prepare before you receive the email. Don't wait until you're selected. Have proof of principal residence ready. Keep your house manual updated, and make sure your emergency exit plan is accessible. Verify your smoke alarms and carbon monoxide detectors are functioning, and review your guest instructions periodically. Doing these simple things can eliminate unnecessary stress if you ever receive an inspection notice. Another important recommendation is to stay on top of your 180-day annual limit. During my inspection, this topic came up briefly, and I explained that I use a spreadsheet to track my rental days throughout the year. If you're unsure how to do that, I've actually created a separate video explaining the tracking system which I use, which I'll include in the link below. When I first received the inspection email, I wasn't sure what to expect, but after completing the process, I can honestly say that it was much easier than anticipated. I passed on the first visit, the officer was professional, and the process was pretty straightforward. The entire inspection only lasted a few minutes. Of course, every situation is different, but hopefully sharing my experience gives other Toronto Airbnb hosts a better idea of what to expect. If you've already gone through an inspection, let me know in the comments how your experience was compared to mine. And if you're still waiting for that email, hopefully this video helps you feel a little bit more prepared. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.